Hey YouTube, a lot of people struggle between should you bring a tarp system or a tent system? Should you bring any shelter system? Should you just have a poncho tarp and go with that? Um, some people just say the heck with it all and I'll just build a debris shelter or just use whatever found materials that are around me at the time and go there and try to go ultra light or at least more minimalistic. There's a lot of debates, and depending on what the weather is and your environment and who's with you and who's not, and your skill levels, it's going to dictate about what kind of shelter system you have. Obviously, in the middle of the winter, a small lean-to tarp shelter probably won't be giving you enough unless you have a very beefy fire with a good reflector and you know how to deal with that. And you probably also have a good, wool blanket and sleep system besides that. But for most people, though, a tarp system is going to be adequate, though. But there are times that, having a tent, it can also give you a little bit more of a psychological sense of security so that there's at least some kind of material between you and the outside world versus a lot of tarp systems. There's openings so an animal could access you a little quicker. So with that being said, this is going to be a small review of the Ozark Trail Outdoor Equipment 2-person dome tent, which sleeps two supposedly pretty comfortably. It's a 7-foot by 7-foot internal dimensions on the floor, and the ceiling of this particular tent, which is a dome tent, is 42 inches. So you can just take a look at that. I'm not going to actually break it open and all that. I've checked it out. It's a pretty cool tent. It's pretty lightweight. I really didn't, weigh it or anything, but I'm saying between 3.5 to 4 pounds. They are saying that it's compact and light enough for backpacking. I don't know. It's just a little bit heavy for me, though, personally, if I have a lot of other gear. But if you didn't have a lot of other gear and you're not going to be hiking a long distance, this ain't that bad. But there's a lot of them that are much lighter. But of course, for the price of the Ozark Trail, which is obviously the Walmart brand in their sporting goods section, I think this was like between, I really don't remember. If I had to guess, something like maybe $20 to $35 range, something like that. But it's been a few years since I bought this. So it says it includes one mesh pocket and one gear loft. So just a little suspension area for your gear up here probably, and a little pocket on the side. Easy assembly. And so on the back side, we have the diagram here about how to put it together and so forth. And basically it says there's like 4 steps. Step 1, verify package content. Step 2, lay out the tent and insert the poles. Step 3 is the stake the tent and hook the gear loft. And step 4, attach the rain fly. So it's not too bad. It just took me a few minutes myself to put it together. The bag itself is it's like a nylon material. It's pretty okay. It's okay for what it is. It has this little loop here and a little zipper pull, a decent zipper, not anything crazy nice. And then it has a handle also, a little Velcro closure here. And then on the other side it has a grab handle so that you can actually just grab it and go, and also making it a little bit easier to tether it to the bottom of your pack, or if you want to put it inside of a larger pack, if your pack's that large, you can just throw this in there. That's cool as well. So this is something that I would probably recommend, especially if you're on a tight budget and all you need is a 2-person tent. As we know, though, some people, if depending on how much gear you are carrying, some people always get extra space for their gear. And this is no exception, even though it says it's a 7x7, which it is, and it sleeps 2. If you have a lot of gear in a very large full-size pack, meaning something like between 60 to 90 liters or more, you may consider this more like a 1-person tent. It's just something to bring up. It doesn't have a front vestibule or any other area to put your gear to keep it separate from your quarters of your sleeping quarters. So if you're going to probably want to bring your gear in, then you're going to have space for that. So if there's 2 people, you may want to look for the next step up in size, and they have different sizes. So with that being said, I just thank you for watching the video and for any comments, for subscribing and telling friends and hitting the like button and all that good stuff. Just getting started here on YouTube, and I really enjoy making videos on my spare time. And there's so much gear to review and so many fun things to talk about. I have a few things that are still in transit that are going to be here hopefully within the next week, that I get to review some new gear that I haven't got new gear for a while, so it's very exciting. And when that comes, I'll be sure to post those videos. And as always, thanks for watching.